You've probably heard of static electricity
And magnetism?
They are, after all, two of the most fundamental forces in our universe. But what if I told you that they're manifestations of just one force called electromagnetism?
As you may know, matter is composed of atoms, which have a nucleus made of protons and neutrons with electrons around it. These particles have a property called electric charge. The neutrons are neutral, but the proton, we say, has a positive charge, and the electron has a negative charge. Electrically charged particles have an electric field that can act on other charged particles, attracting opposite charges and repelling similar charges. Now get this, a magnetic field is created whenever an electric charge is in motion. A magnetic field also acts on charged particles, but only when they're moving, applying a force at right angles from the direction of the particle and the direction of the magnetic field.
But to really understand this relationship, you have to be familiar with the special theory of relativity.
Let's imagine a wire with charge running through it. This can be modeled with protons fixed in place and electrons freely flowing. If we have a positive charge moved by the wire, it gets deflected because of the magnetic field created by the moving electrons. Now, let's look from the viewpoint of the moving electrons. Now the protons seem to be moving past us, and since the positive charge is following us, it appears stationary, and therefore cannot be acted upon by a magnetic field. However, according to special relativity, the faster something moves, the more its length should get contracted. So in this reference frame, the proton should be contracted, and the electrons and positive charge elongated, which increases the density of the protons, making the wire positively charged. Now we can see that in this reference frame, an electric field is acting on the positive charge.
Clearly, these two fields are deeply intertwined, although they're not the same thing. Rather, they're two parts of a whole that are inseparable from one another.
Not only does electromagnetism
Protect us from solar winds, keeps atoms together,
but by harnessing the connection between the electric and magnetic fields, we have been able to
create electrical power, look inside of our bodies,
and transmit information across the world.